Hi guys, and welcome back to Induction Noise. I am Mr. Q, and if you've been watching our social media pages, you will know that I recently sold my daily driver, the Jagon, my diesel Jaguar station wagon, to We Buy Cars. And I just want to quickly go over that process because it was very easy, very straightforward, basically exactly as they advertise it. Essentially what happened was I logged the details of my car on their website. They then send you a preliminary sort of estimate on what they think your car is worth, basically based purely on the book value of your car. So I just said to them, look, thanks for the offer, but it's not enough. Their buyer, a young guy called Henry Buerta, then contacted me and he said, listen, I know you said it's not enough, but I can fight and try and motivate for more money. Just let me come and look at the car. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Come and have a look. And so he did. Came through, looked at the car, spoke to his head office, and came back to me with an offer that was, to his credit, slightly more than what they initially offered me. I unfortunately still felt that I could probably get more for it selling privately, so I advertised it. I had a couple of guys who were interested in the car, quite a lot of messages, is this available, is this available, is this available? But two guys actually seemed like they were genuinely interested. One of them actually came out to see the car, the other guy was still up in Joburg and couldn't get down in time, blah, blah, blah. But anyway, so he made me an offer on the car, which was significantly more than the We Buy Cars offer. And I just thought, yeah, do I trust this oak? Maybe, maybe not, but let's just see how this all plays out. Roughly at the same time, Henry got back in touch with me and he said, listen, I can give one more swing at this. If you want more money for the car, let me talk to head office and see what we can really get you. And I said to him, look, you're welcome to try, but this is what I've been offered privately. And he came back to me the next day with an offer that was significantly more, especially percentage-wise, than what We Buy Cars had initially offered me. And it was within 2,000 Rand of the private buyer's offer. I ended up taking We Buy Cars' offer, even though it was 2,000 Rand less than what I would have gotten selling it privately. Because, firstly, I didn't fully trust this guy on Facebook. I mean, it just... You know, when you get a feeling about someone and it's like, I don't know if I trust this guy. But I also didn't really feel 100% right about selling my car to someone and then not disclosing all the things that I sort of thought might be wrong with it. So I thought, you know what? We Buy Cars are so close to what I'm selling it privately for. They can have it. And they will do their own inspection report on it, and they can sell it on to someone who has their eyes open. They came out, they picked up the car from my house, paid me instantly, no mess, no fuss. The paperwork was easy. It was all done electronically on iPads and whatever. And it was genuinely a very easy, simple process to go through. You know, from my experience, make them sweat, you know, make them work for it. If they send you an offer and you're not entirely happy with it, don't take that as fact that that's the most they can offer you. Reject the offer, make them sweat, make them work for it, and they will come back with more money because they want the cars. I have subsequently seen my Jag being advertised on their website. I have read the condition report, and for those who are still speculating as to how accurate those reports are, yeah, not worth the paper it's printed on. There are a lot of things on that report that they say are wrong with the car, which I know for a fact are not. And there's also a lot of things that are wrong with the car that I know for a fact, but they didn't pick it up on the report. So if you're looking at buying a car from We Buy Cars and you're reading those reports, you're wasting your time. Go and look at the car, check it out for yourself, because that report it's genuinely, it's not worth even paying any attention to it. So yeah, that was me selling my car to We Buy Cars. But what am I driving now? Because I've still got a job, I've still got to go to work, I've still got to get here and there, and I now don't have a daily driver. So I have this. I mean, I have this. It's a 2015 Peugeot 107, 1 litre, 3-cylinder, naturally aspirated. Yeah. Affectionately known as Noddy. Noddy is a Frenchman who happens to be in the family, technically belongs to my mother-in-law, and yeah, it's kind of like an extra set of wheels that's just handy to have around. It used to be driven by my wife at one stage, then it was driven by my wife's sister, and essentially it's just a convenient thing to have around to get from A to B whenever someone needs a car, or whenever my wife's trying to save fuel by using this instead of her car. Because this thing will admittedly run on a dirty oil rag. It has all of 4 horsepower, but it does the job, gets me from A to B. But today's video, I want to see if I can at least make it look a little better, because it's not had the easiest life. And I'm going to see if I can maybe spruce it up a little, make it look a little bit better, a little bit more presentable. So wow. Well guys, there you have it. This is Noddy, and yeah, it's gonna need really good wash to start with, and definitely a bit of a paint corrective polish. At a later stage I might need to do some magic on the headlights, because they seem to be fading and cracking a bit like my Jags did. All of the black plastics and things have gone a little bit grey, so yeah, I have my work cut out for me. Right guys, well it's time to break out the old pressure washer, so that needs to come with me. And then I've also got like a whole shelf full of cleaning chemicals and stuff. I've got some new polishing pads. I've got my trusty rotary polisher down there, a whole tool chest full of more cleaning stuff. And then this, I just wanted to point out quickly, is one of the coolest things my wife ever got me. It's a hose reel, which is available on Take-A-Lot, and yeah, that thing really works. So if you're looking for a way to conveniently roll and unroll your hose, that thing really works well. Right, well first things first, as they say, I'm gonna go grab my pressure washer, hook it up to some hose, and we'll do a snow foam over the car first, then do a little bit of agitation with a glove, and rinse it all off, see what it looks like underneath. Who knows, it might not be that bad. Right guys, well whilst the snow foam is sort of dripping off the car, I'm just going to get a bucket ready and my little glove mitt thing, and then we'll give it a bit of a scrub down, see what that does. Now guys, there are lots of these products on the market, but I want to especially point out this one. It's called Knockout. Iron removing liquid clay. It's basically what the industry would refer to as a bleeding wheel cleaner. Essentially, all of this black stuff on your wheel is a mixture of brake pad and iron oxide. And what this stuff does is it essentially, through a chemical reaction, transforms the iron oxide, which makes all these particles stick to the wheel, into this foul-smelling purple chemical that I can't pronounce the name of. But effectively, all you have to do is spray it onto the wheel and watch it bleed. You'll see fairly quickly that when the reaction starts, it'll stink and you'll start getting these purple tears running down the wheel. And as you can see, the wheel is completely transformed. Now we just got to rinse the rest of the car. Right guys, excuse the ghostly silhouette with the lighting coming from behind, but with it being so hot outside and the sun baking down, it's drying the car faster than I can wipe it down. So I've just moved it into the garage. I'm going to give it a wipe down, grab myself a Coke and a smile, and then we'll come back and see what we can do about the condition of this paint. Right guys, well, Noddy has been chilling here in the garage, drying out and getting ready to be polished for about 45 minutes now. I'd say he's pretty dry. I think we're good to go. I'm going to be using my rotary polishing machine, which is quite aggressive, but I don't really want to do this twice, if you know what I mean. To compensate for this aggressiveness, I'm going to be using a fairly soft polishing pad, which is a finishing pad. It's quite soft, it's squishy, it's not going to go too deep on the paint. For the more stubborn scratches and the deeper stuff, I'll be using Presta's Ultra Cutting Cream. This stuff is worth its weight in gold. Brilliant, brilliant cutting compound. It's in fact so good that you can use it for cutting and finishing. It's genuinely that good. It's not cheap, but it does work really well. And then for the majority of the body, just the general sort of swirl mark polishing and whatever, I'm going to be using Shield Mirror Plate. It's pretty cheap and cheerful, nasty stuff. It overheats quite quickly on one of these machines, so I'm going to have to keep an eye on that. But I don't think the car needs anything more than that. Anything more than this is probably a waste on it. So yeah, Shield Mirror Plate. I've got some Maguires as well, which I'll probably mix in with this a little bit. But yeah, we'll see how it turns out. Let's set up the machine and get going. This is the bonnet of the car, which is where I'm going to start. It's quite badly swirl marked. It feels quite rough to the touch, and we're going to polish it and see if we can get it to look any better. What I'll do is I'll try and do the usual split down the middle, do one half of it, leave the other half, and then see if we can see a difference between the two sides afterwards. We're going to take the pad, which I've now placed on the machine. We've given this a pretty good shake. You got to remember that the polish is an abrasive that essentially scrubs off the first layer of paint. I'm going to drizzle some of that onto the pad. First step is just to spread it around the area that we're going to be polishing so that we've got compound all over it. I'm just going to sort of dab it everywhere, and then on a very slow speed just quickly wipe it all over the bonnet. And then we can start polishing in earnest. Turn speed up a little bit, and then what I like to do is start working up and down, and then we're going to swap to across as well. You don't want to use too much pressure on the machine because you will burn through the paint, and just let the compound do the work for you. If you feel the machine dancing around on you like that, it could be a bonnet crease or something a body crease that you're hitting, but it could also be that the compound is starting to overheat. in which case you just want to lift off the pressure or slow down your speed on the machine a little bit, because once it burns, it becomes an absolute bastard to polish off. So we've done up and down. Let's go across. You can see as the product starts polishing away, I'm reducing the pressure on the machine and sort of increasing my speed a little bit. My speed of movement, that is, not the machine speed. Because obviously I've now got less lubricant on the paint. But I'd say for a first pass, that's already looking a lot better. So let's grab the towel and give that a wipe. Still got some swirl here, but it definitely feels a lot smoother than it was. And as you wipe over the unpolished part, you can definitely feel the difference. I can see my reflection in the car now, which is a big difference. So yeah, let me grab the camera and see if I can get you a better close-up angle of what this actually looks like. Right guys, so as I said, it's very difficult to get a view of this on the camera. I'm going to see if we maybe change the angle a bit and go like up like this. There we go. You can see that side a little bit hazy, and then as we come across, it becomes brighter, more reflective on this side. It's hard to see because the camera tends to focus on the reflection rather than the actual paint. But yeah, in person it looks a lot better. Right guys, well I'm not going to bore you by showing you every step of the process, but essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that again on this half of the bonnet. Then I'm going to do the same thing on this half of the bonnet and on the rest of the car. Up and down, crisscross, reduce pressure as we go, and hopefully we'll see a bit of a transformation happening. Well guys, the transformation is complete, and I must say it actually turned out a little bit better than I thought it would. The paint is really bright, it's shiny, it's got real nice color to it now. A lot of the scuff marks and scratch marks have disappeared. Off camera I also put some back to black stuff on all the black parts so they're all black and shiny again, and it genuinely looks 5 to 10 years younger than it actually is. So it just proves the fact that with a little bit of elbow grease and a lot of sweat, you really can polish a turd. I mean, obviously it's still a turd, it's just a fucking bright red shiny one.